Hello. Welcome back, everybody. I hope that you can hear my voice and the music, because you should be able to. I was out for a week. It feels like it's been a long time. And so I checked everything before I went live, or I thought I had. Apparently I missed that at some point some sort of software update happened that duplicated the device names for my microphone, meaning that while they have identical names, OBS was pointing to the wrong one. I don't know why Windows does that. Let's see who's here. NeoGuts, welcome in. It is great to see you. Thank you so much for the 18-month resubscription. Lord Portico, 51 months. I don't think that number is real. That's just not possible. That's a lot of months. More than double your time on the crew. Elixir, also with a fictional number, 51. Detective Zen, hello. Dropping by to yell before going back to look after your parents' new adorable puppies. Enjoy the puppies. Thank you so much for the 33 months. Let's see. OB, hello. It is good to see you. We're live. There's sounds. Yeah. Last week was a weird week. I had scheduled medical procedure on Tuesday that happened instead on Wednesday. And leading up to said medical procedure, I was not allowed to eat or drink water. So I ended up fasting and not drinking water for basically 48 hours. I was very tired. It's the not drinking. Yeah. No water. I wasn't super hungry. I didn't have a lot of energy. But I wasn't super hungry, which is weird. And then after the procedure, it took a couple days for my body to like return to normal operation. And so I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna take the whole weekend for me, and we'll start up again on Monday, which is today. But it's over. And the recommendation was come back in 10 years. So everything was good. I know we were playing Strange Horticulture. I have no idea how close we are to finisherizing it. Indeed, I said finisherizing. But if we do finish it, there are plenty of other things we can do with time. So, what has everybody else been up to during my week away? I'm gonna bring the game up on screen. English is a BS language. Finish your eyes is fine. Okay, we'll see if you all get game audio. Oh, Lord Portico, um, that just seems to always be the case with so much work. You could perhaps stand to do a little less work. Okay. Oh, let's see. Yes, first is the corpse's friend. Then comes the ankle grabber, the binder. Third is the fear bringer. Fourth, to lift a curse. Last, a pedal to secure Black Blood's reverse. So I think we have 3, 4, and 5 set aside. Soon you'll be removing yourself from one of your works. Congratulations, I assume. You'll be down to a whole 2 jobs. I mean, what an underachiever by American standards. American standards are bullshit. Okay, so first is the corpse's friend. What might corpse's friend be? I did? I mean, bullshit? It's, you know, American standards are fucked up. My stream is not for young ears. Corpse's friend. It's not Maiden's Sorrow. One would think that I would remember things. Also, we think this is Widow's Woe. We don't know for sure. Runs to get her pearls to clutch and remembers they are in a safe and the key is elsewhere. Clutches pretend pearls instead. I've had a nuisance pain in my lower back on the left. And I had a physical, because my insurance will cover one full comprehensive physical a year for free. And so my doctor likes to actually schedule that. So I had a physical back in February, and I mentioned it, and he was like, "Well, I could refer you to a specialist." And I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm just sitting wrong. I'll give it some time, because going to see a specialist is going to cost money. So rather than going and having somebody figure out why I have this persistent nuisance pain, I'm just living with it. But it's not like enough pain where I even take pain medication for it. But still, I would prefer it not be there." Ooh. Cabaya. A rare plant that is believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife. Those who can afford it place wreaths made from it on the graves of their loved ones. Almost always contains 6 petals. Finding a 7-petaled flower is considered to bring good fortune. That could be corpse's friend. those are out of order. Why are those out of order? U.S. healthcare is awful. Need to divest from the corporate nightmare. Yes. OB for Senate 2028. Am I? Well, is this better? You can let me know. I have other ways that I can increase the volume as well. My guess is that it has something to do with the fact that I turned on an algorithmic feature that is supposed to do voice isolation, which of course they call AI because that's the buzzword of the day, where any machine processing algorithmic feature is going to be called AI. So it's the whole stream is quieter. That is a thing. The music is louder than me? Okay. Well, let's go there. Is this better? Or yeah, I got what you meant. I don't know about like the adjusting the whole overall stream volume. That is something that I would need to figure out separately. Let me look, because I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just don't actually know for certain what said way would be. I'm not certain. There's got to be like just a. Ooh. Now that's a possibility. Hello, everybody. I think I'm back now. I made a oopsie. I pushed a button that I should not have done pushed. Because I thought I was pushing a different button, but the button I thought I was pushing was not the button I pushed. I pushed a button that switches to a different scene collection in OBS, which is not something you should do while live, because it will stop the stream. Interesting. It's very, very interessante. Well, I have let's run a little experiment. Let me know if that made any difference to the overall volume. I am curious. Is a possibility a fruit-bearing species? I mean, I hope so. Let's see. Second is the ankle grabber, the binder. Not the ankle biter, the ankle grabber. I know we have one that will release from the ankle grabber. I don't know if we have the ankle grabber. Red flower. Applications in dark magic. Open any lock. A balm against eye strain. No. Courage. Oh, no, Devil's Nightcap is the corpse's friend. It is not Kabaya. That's good to know, NeoGets. So the change that I did, I had... So, as I was saying, Wavelink... Oh, gosh. Wavelink has... this new thing that they say is... they call it AI, but it's just machine processing. And it's a voice isolation mode called voice focus. So it's supposed to make the sound of the voice easier to hear and block out other things. But apparently, as with all AI, apparently not great. So I have switched it off. El Cabalcore? I don't know this. I do not know enough of the... But that is why translation. The horse runs. Okay. I mean, Google Translate got it correct. Hi, Sayuri. Okay, so it's not this. It's Devil's Nightcap, and I don't know if we have Devil's Nightcap. I don't know if we have tentatively identified Devil's Nightcap. I don't think we have. Known colloquially as a corpse's friend, if ingested as a seed, it will cause a slow, agonizing death, and the plant will grow out of the body once deceased. It has a light, pleasant scent, not dissimilar to pine needles. Boiling the root in vinegar creates a tonic against fevers and poisons. Source of an acerbic odor? I don't think I would say that that is a light, pleasant scent. Not dissimilar to pine needles. Sweet scent like strawberry dipped in honey, that's definitely not it. That one doesn't tell me about the scent. Sweet rhubarb. A rather unpleasant scent. Yeah, I don't think we have any Devil's Nightcap yet. Yeah. Okay, but we know Devil's Nightcap is number 1. It is the first. It is plant the first. translation from a TV ad for Rosetta stuck with you. I tried a noise cancellation this weekend, and the feedback was that you somehow sounded pixely. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either. I'm writing this on my whiteboard. I can also, it's possible that, I don't know, I'll play with it after stream. Because I could, with a little bit of physical reconfiguring, it's possible to get the microphone actually closer to my face. But that would require moving a lamp so that I can swing the swing arm further. Hi, Sterling! How are you? How is the second half of I'll when I go on break, I will do the physical rearrangement. How is the beginning of the second half of the semester treating you? Ankle grab. Harlequin. Unbearable pain. Lyle of Neptune, also called Truthsayer. Witch's Remedy. Believed to lift curses. So Long Veracund is supposed to be number 4. Yep. Maiden's Sorrow. No. Mary's Breath. Mikdu. Source Mellow Glow. Mountain Astery. Chaotic because you have so little time to finish everything. I remember that feeling, and not fondly. Red Ebony. Turn black. That detects poison. Everheart. One of the few known ways to release the bind of Swift Snare. But I don't believe that we even have the page for Swift Snare. Fingers Bane. Weeping Bell. Golden Light. Fool's Hope. Widow's Woe, said to induce fear. That's why we have it as number 3. Elder Finium is the poison remedy, which is why it's number 5. Hair Dog. Yep, we do not have Swift Snare, but I'm going to put that down as a number 2 on my whiteboard. Because when we get a page that is either for a plant called Swift Snare or a plant that has or is also known as Swift Snare, that will be the second plant. I am curious about the... No? Yeah. Only I would say Widow's Woe matches this one more. Interesting. I don't know. I'm distracting myself. The Woken Dendru is loyal to the summoner, who becomes its master and can bend its terrible power to their will. This servant is assumed to be immortal, since it has no known vulnerabilities. But that does not mean that it cannot be defeated. Many hundreds of years ago, a site of ritual importance was created near Black Combe, to the south of the Watcher. The Great Oak and the Dendru, to the south of the Watcher, the Great Oak. And the Dendru was ousted from this world. Unfortunately, although we know that 5 plants were required for the ritual, the specific plants are not known. Why would we not go just peruse the Great Oak? In N9. A huge tree stands before me, impossibly tall and wide, bigger than I could ever have imagined any living thing might be. Its upper branches graze the sky. Apparently, nothing special going on there right now. Nothing special about that letter. This is a... Right. I think the last thing we did was we brewed these potions. Balok's Elixir of the Damned and St. Quentin's Elixir. But I don't have everything I need. I thought there was a potion I didn't have what I needed to make. Balok's, yeah. St. Quentin's. Medicinal herbology. Didn't I have more recipes? Elixir of the Damned. Maybe I didn't. Fine. I suppose we should actually entertain a customer. A customer? Oh, but let's pet Hellebore first so that we don't startle him awake. Grace Enright, have you heard of this masked woman? Imagine having that amount of power. Nations would kneel before you. You would be a god. That creature. It's huge. Unstoppable. And they say it obeys her every command. It would certainly come in helpful with my father-in-law tomorrow. I guess I'll just have to settle for some Daisy Dock to get me through it instead. I think we've got something that we think is Daisy Dock. Maybe not. Okay. Let's see if we've got some Daisy Duck. We do. And it's been identified. But I don't have a plant with that label on it. Well, this is a pickle I've put myself in. Pavilium, Thalia. What? Thalia. Pavilium. Common Trouse. Copper Caledonian. Duranthium. So Daisy Dock should be here. Embersoul. Eyebright. Fever Kiss. Forest Camphor. Gandy Root. Fox Button. Gilded Dendra. Henchuck. Hop Heart. Lemon Dandy. Daisy Dock! It is so freaking similar to the... Wowee wow. I have it set aside for crafting a potion of some sort, I think. Dead Man's Fingers. This fungus is typically found in dense forests, protruding through the mulch. At a glance, it can appear as though a corpse is reaching up from the undergrowth, said to strengthen resolve and sharpen the mind. Digitatus mortuus. Okay, why did I have Daisy Dock set aside? I don't remember. Hop Heart, Sour Bandy, Lemon Dandy, Royal Hentia. That's fungi and their... Well, one does not remember things. 5-pointed leaf to grant courage, a red flower to protect the mind, a seed pod for luck. It's the St. Quentin's event. It's St. Quentin's elixir. That's what these were for. But I've already brewed that. So let's put them away. Because clearly I should have done so before. Solid. Shimmerlong. All right, it goes here. Candlewood. Should be here. And Daisy Dock should go there. Gotta keep things organized. You can't have these plants wandering around on their own. Oh, sorry, Hellebore. Ooh, a letter from the... This letter was delivered in an unusual way. There was no address provided, just the horticulturalist, or the horticulturist, spelled wrong. I have to assume it was meant for you. Oh, that's right. We just got the entry for Dead Man's Fingers. Huh? And I already knew which one it was, but... Okay. If you know your plant, this letter is for you. Oh! So you got it working. Oh, yes, it works. It works. Look to the north of Bowfell, at the source of the River Esk. Nobody knows it grows there. Will be our little secret. Oh! North of Bowfell, near the source, or at the source of the River Esk. All right. Bowfell. And this is the River Esk, so it's going to be 14... B14. Sure enough, I find a plant here that I have never seen before. New plant acquired. Let's see. What? We know bell-like flowers and heart-shaped leaves. It's not Butterdale. I can't believe we haven't confirmed Butterdale yet. Caldery. Dead Man's Fingers. Devil's Nightcap. Nope. It is not Devil's Nightcap. Evulum? Farmer's Worry. No. That's a mushroom. Lyle of Neptune? Maybe? Also called Truthsayer, this plant will force a person to tell the truth when eaten. The sparsely petaled pale flowers. Nope. Palliance. That's a mushroom. Trimblehuff? The trimblehuff is traditionally used as a decoration at weddings, as it is thought to strengthen relationships. A cross-section of the small, cup-like flowers, they generally point downward, to avoid filling with water and to allow easy access for pollinating insects. It's possible. But I think this is the trimblehuff. So if it's not, we might not have the page for it yet. Is it Widow's Woe? Nope. Yeah, I don't know what that one is yet. Well, fine then. Laura Dunn. My husband likes to forage for mushrooms, but I'm worried about the ones he's brought back from his latest venture. He's just been on a trip across the lake, exploring the woods to the west of here. He's got a bag full of odd-looking mushrooms that he says are perfectly safe, but they don't look edible to me. I'd have brought one with me to help identify it, but he's hoarding them because he thinks I'm going to throw them out. I'll come back tomorrow. Mr. Dunn, mushrooms, woods west of Undermere, across the lake. All right, let's go. Undermere. This one? Mushrooms! How have I never been here before? They're hard to find at first, but soon I'm seeing them everywhere. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend eating those. Those have red caps with a spongy texture. That's gonna be Farmer's Worry, isn't it? Spongy mushroom with potent abilities, only safe to consume in small quantities. Apparently you can consume it in small quantities. Grants great strength for short periods at the expense of severe fatigue when the effect has worn off. Badger, 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 mushroom? Edible mushroom with some mild medicinal properties. When dried and eaten, it can help relieve pain. I think this is Farmer's Worry. I don't think it's the wax kit. we're going to tentatively identify you as Farmer's Worry. And hopefully when she comes back tomorrow, we will we'll have it correctly. Snake! You're having flashbacks to early internet memes? Oh no. Now my brain has peanut butter jelly time in it. Simone Green. Lord Fremont told me he was able to help you find some information on the servant. I've been looking all over the library, but all I've discovered is a mold problem. I hoped you might have some sweet breath that could help clear it up. Which one is sweet? I have forgotten. I remember seeing it a little bit ago. Does not mean I remember which one it was. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Now I'm thinking about the land before time. Yep, yep, yep. Nope, nope, nope. Come on, where is it? I don't remember which one it was. Pallion. Hi, Shadows. Ooh, we got an entry for Sour Bandy. The Sour Bandy can help with memory recovery, especially if the memory has been deliberately sabotaged. The name of this plant derives from the fact that, although edible, the large stamen is extremely bitter to the taste. Aceribus varus. Okay, but Pallions has been positively identified. And this is the Sour Bandy. Yep. Large stamen, source of an acerbic odor. That's it. Memory recovery, especially if the memory has been deliberately sabotaged. We'll call it magic. What do you want to bet somebody's going to come by asking for some help covering a memory? Lorena Chapman. My cousin will be married in 3 days. If you've got some Trimblehuff, then it'd save me the trouble of going out to find some myself. If you knew my cousin, you'd know she's not worth the trouble. Ooh, blowhorn! We'll look at that one in a second because I know exactly which one that is, and I'm so happy we finally have a name for it. Okay, we've got glowhorn. The glowhorn, or forest lantern, or pixie lamp, is phosphorescent, illuminating the trees that it grows under. Suspicious travelers avoid walking toward it, towards it, fearing that the faint lights will lure them to their demise. Lux agaricum. Yeah, there's nothing really particularly special. It just glows. Dead man, Evulum, F, and G. Well, uh-oh. That means it's the end of the day. And at the end of the day, we are supposedly, I guess, I'm, you know, nothing bad's gonna happen, right? It's just a creepy game, not a, I don't know what's gonna happen. 8 miles to the east. The shepherd watched as she prepared the leaves and roots that she would require. He watched as the hours dragged by. The sun set, and she worked by candlelight. At times, sitting still, at times, moving like a dancer among the stones. The change happened suddenly, but also subtly, so that at first the watcher was not sure that anything had happened. Then he saw it. Apparently, this is the third night of the full moon, so that seems like a night where something would happen. Unless nothing major is going to happen until we reach the new moon? There doesn't seem to be that much space left. Yeah, we're on the... Oh, what? Are you freaking kidding me? You know you could do that? You can go back and read the whole story. It started when she found something. Something that she was not meant to find. A book, tucked away in a forgotten corner of the Ambleside Library. The book both fascinated and terrified her in equal measure, and after studying it for some time, she reached a decision. She would never use the power she had discovered. She would hide the book where it could never be found. Time passed. A year, and then another. The book remained hidden, but out of sight did not mean out of mind. The book was what her thoughts settled on when she rested, what she brooded over when she did her chores, what she pictured when she dreamed. Alexi, thank you. I will stretch and take a drink, and we'll have a break in just a couple of minutes, I think. So, at 15, her mother, strong, dependable, loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward as her father turned to drink. Not long after, the girl left home. Her father wept, but he was so caught up in his own grief that he let her go and did not look for her. Before she left, she returned to her hiding place and carefully retrieved the book, her excitement building as she did. She couldn't articulate what was so alluring to her about the book, but by now it had become an obsession. First, she felt free, but it wasn't long before the reality of her situation began to take its toll. She stole food when she was hungry and slept in makeshift shelters, and not knowing where she was going, not caring. Eventually, she made her way to Grisdale Forest. A young woman alone in the world, she was taken in by the sisterhood and given a home. It was a chance for redemption, a new start. Every day, she attentively, er, every day she attentively followed the teachings of the Arda. Every day, she patiently performed the tasks given to her. Every day, thoughts of the book itched away at the back of her mind. In time, she learned that the sisterhood had secrets. Or had she always known them? Had she come to them by chance, or had she sought them out deliberately? She wasn't sure. But by now, she knew what she wanted, and she would do anything to get it. When her chance finally came, she did not hesitate even for a moment. Afterwards, when the Arda was dead, she felt only elation. Years after she had first laid eyes on the book, she had what she needed. Equipped with the Arda's knowledge, she journeyed west to the Stone Circle. Unknown to her, she was not alone as she made her preparations. The shepherd watched as she prepared the leaves and roots that she would require. He watched as the hours dragged by. The sun set and she worked by candlelight, at times sitting still, at times moving like a dancer among the stones. The change happened suddenly, but also subtly, so that at first the watcher was not sure anything had happened. Then he saw it. I didn't know you could go back and read the whole story. Okay, it is a rainy day. I'm gonna double check and see. Okay, 3 minutes, 45 seconds until the automatic advertisement break. 8 miles to the east. Alright. So the great oak is, where was it? N9. 8 miles to the east. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I apparently hit the wrong one. Well, let's just water the plants. The plants are a little strange, that's for sure. Okay. 8 miles to the east. And that has to be the east of the Great Tree, right? I'm not misinterpreting. So if it's in N9, 8. Adding 8 to 9 should be 17. So it should be N17, right? That's what I clicked. Maybe it's N18? No. Am I misinterpreting the card? I've done something improperly. Oh, I even knew it was coming, and I got startled by the noise that tells me that we have less than a minute until the automated ad break will begin. I'm gonna ponder this card while I take a quick break. So I will be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Um, I have done a little bit of physical movement of the microphone, so I'm not exactly eating the mic, but um, further adjustment is possible if we decide that it is necessary. Uh, Only that further adjustment will have to be after the stream. But do let me know if this is better or if I need the mic even closer to my face hole. Um, hmm. 8 miles to the east. This is definitely the Great O. There's nothing else this could be. What did you do to Mike Rowe? Yeah, this is definitely the Great Oak. 8 miles east. Okay. According to the compass rose, east is to the right. According to the legend, hi, Iron Trout. 1 square is 1 mile. So if it's 8 miles east of the Great Oak is in N9. And that would be 1. Whoops. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is, that's N17, which is the one that I clicked on first. So clearly I'm missing something. But I don't know what. Rarg. There's nothing special. Like, there's no hidden magical notations on the card. It does have the symbol, like the knot work on it, but I just assume that that means that it's the Great Oak. There were other notations on. Elderfinium grows here. Tomb of the Hunter. The Great Oak, unless it's 8 miles to the east of the drawing of the tree, but that wouldn't make sense. Eight miles east of a tree with a knot. Yeah? Gosforth. The tree with the knot on it is the symbol for Gosforth. It's 8 miles east of Gosforth. All right. Gosforth is in E3. So 8 miles to the east should be E11. Gazing at the still water of the lake, Waste Lake, its black waters draw me into a reflective trance. Here and there, flowers that I don't recognize grow along the bank. New plants, Aquired. Ooh. Let's see if we know what they might be. A bland smelling flower. Sparsely petaled. I would not call that sparsely petaled. It's not a mushroom. I don't think it's the Widow's Woe, because don't we already have a candidate for Widow's Woe? Yeah. I'm not sure what you are. You're a blue puffball. You, on the other hand, I have a theory. it might be bunnies. Light, pleasant scent, not dissimilar to pine needles. Maybe you're not that. Is it bunnies? Is it buns? It's always buns. I'm not certain. Complete guess. I'm going to put a question mark on it, even, because I'm less certain of it than I usually am when I type out a card, so. But it might be that that's Lyle of Neptune. It's just that this talks about the scent, and when I actually stick it in here, it doesn't mention the scent at all. So, uncertain. Well, let's see who wants to come by and get some magical plants. Thorodun. Oh yeah, you said you'd be back. Well, he went and ate those bloody mushrooms, and of course, now he's sick. Is there anything we can do? He's in a bad way, and I'm worried about him. All right, which mushrooms did he eat? Let's see. Oh, shoot. Farmer's worry, often fatal, an antidote can be made using royal pentia. Which is here. Ooh, I think we have that one for sure. First, does that count as having identified the mushroom? Please? It doesn't! Although I know for certain that this is Farmer's Worry. But it doesn't have a check mark, so it stays here. The one that we just got, though... Liverstone. Lapis rigidum. I love the fake Latin names, because they sound like they're plausible, but rigidum. I don't think that that's correct. Rigidum. I think it would be rigidium. It's been forever since I took Latin. Maybe rigidum is correct. Interesting. Oops. Huh. I don't know. It sounds wrong, but according to Google Translate, that translates to hard stone. Anyway, it's this. It smells rotten. Caution is advised when handling this plant due to the strong paralyzing agents contained within. The liverstone is a mushroom with pointed caps. Alright. Ooh, a letter. There was a hateful man who I used to see around town. Isidore Burbage, he was called. I heard a rumor he got involved with a cult and they sacrificed him, but I don't know if that's true. Well, he was a villain who deserved what he got, as far as I'm concerned. Well, that's good to know, especially since we're the one that killed him. Isidore Burbage, the barrister. Oh, that's poetic. I'll explain in a minute. Burbage is a rich man who inherited a fortune but never experienced the love of his parents. He expects people to do his bidding and is quick to anger. There are many in Undermere who would be glad to see the back of him, but with wealth comes power, and few would challenge him to his face. He came to us for an item. I'm this close to reporting you, Halfwit. The last plant you gave me has made my skin itch furiously. I'll have your little shop shut down and torn to the ground if you don't make this right. I am on my way to the mayor's office to file an official request that your business license be revoked. You will practice your witchcraft on the residents of Undermere no longer. Well, do you have anything to say for yourself? And of course he was asking for a plant to cure whatever we had caused, and so I gave him a poisonous plant that killed him. He deserved it. But Sagil Chalice. Anyway, the poetic is I played a session of Pirate Borg last night, and completely randomly generated my character. Like, and so one of the characteristics that I rolled on the tables was that my character secretly had a taste for human flesh. And at the end of the session, toward the end of the session, I went carousing at a tavern, and so we rolled to see what happened. And the randomly rolled result was that I killed a VIP and woke up in a dark cave. And that there was now a wanted poster for me. So when I crawled out of the cave, right outside the cave was the body of the magistrate. I promptly dragged him back into the cave and proceeded to eat his face. Because secret taste for human flesh. Only randomly rolled would I have fun playing a cannibal, but that's what random character generation does for you. In if you're not familiar, the Morkborg type games are all dark, end of the world. All of the characters are bad people. It's quite fun. All right, where's Sagil? All right, Sagil. Chalice. All right, that means we're looking at G28. The chalice clue takes me directly south of Sagil, to a spot next to the river. Moss-covered rocks line the banks, velvet to the touch. In the moist conditions, a deadly-looking plant grows abundantly in the lush grass. Oh. I shall call you Audrey 3. I don't think we need any other identification. Audrey 34. Audrey 3. Um, Sounds like you playing an elf in Divinity Original Sin. It's not my fault I get stuffed for eating people. um, no, seriously, let's see if we have any idea what plant this is. I don't think you're Devil's Nightcap. Sharp thorns grow along the edges of the upper leaves. Yeah, no, this is some sort of fly trap. But I don't think it's Devil's Nightcap, so it's not the spring wax cap. Nope, no idea what you are. You're Audrey 3. Oh my gosh. I can't remember the lyric. And now it's gonna drive me bananas. Oh well. There was this total eclipse of the sun. That's as close as I can get to the lyric I wanted. Reuben Ward. Another body has turned up at Black Comb. I haven't been to see it yet, and I can't say I'm looking forward to it. But they've identified it as a Drare hunter, a man named Forest Bear. We have to do something. Verona tells me you are working on gathering the plants for a ritual that will help us defeat this creature. I want to help in any way I can. From what Verona told me, I think this might be one of the plants needed to perform the ritual, but I'm afraid I do not know where it can be found. So, Forest is dead now. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Ah, yes! I needed this! Sorry, there's Audrey 3, and so, Little Shop of Horrors. I was trying to find the spot where it talks about the first time Seymour sees the Audrey 2 at the flower shop. But I can't remember the lyric. Swift Snare. Laculus Maxima. The Binder. Ankle Grabber. And Never Let Go are several of the names given to this plant that may give some clue as to its properties. Once ensnared, it is impossible to extricate oneself without help. Swift Snare has small, heart-shaped leaves. Hello, Hannah! Hello to you on the road. I am happy to hear that you are not the one driving. Heart-shaped leaves! All right. Swift Snare is number 2. So I have 2, 3, 4, and 5. I just don't have the Devil's Nightcap. corpse's friend. Light, pleasant scent. Yeah, as far as I know, I don't have it. Molly Bell. My daughter is getting married, and I want to decorate the church with nice flowers. I believe there is a plant with small blue cup-like flowers that is supposed to bless their union. Uh-huh. I just sold some of that not too long ago. I had already identified the Trimble Huff. Thank you very much. Ennis Aylford. The redemption is at hand. We need you to prepare this elixir. With it, we will lure the woken Dendru back to where this started, the Swinside Stone Circle. The Dendru is a god perverted by humanity, enslaved by mankind's wickedness, and bent to its evil will. Imagine the glory it will bestow upon us when we set it free. Praise the Dendru. The Dendru's elixir. The woken Dendru, also known as the servant, will be drawn to the fumes generated by this elixir and driven mad by thirst for it. If it drinks from it, it is thought that it will be able to break free of the bonds of its servitude, though this has not been attempted in living memory. 2 yellow berries, a heart-shaped leaf from a plant with bell flowers, a teaspoon of milky fungal residue. We will meet at the Swinside Stone Circle on Saturday. Praise the Dendru. Let's see. Witch Fig. Swift Snare. Milky fungal residue. I think that's Sunset Mount Cap. Unpleasant odor. Soured milk. Well, let's see. Yellow berries. Bell and heart. Milk. Ooh. Well, that's not it. I'm gonna guess it's not the witch fig. Do I have any other yellow berries? Why are we helping the creepy cultists? Because plot. I didn't say I was helping them, but I'm still gonna try and brew the potion. I might not have the plant. The only yellow berries I have is the witch fig. I don't see any other yellow berries. No, it's got to be the witch fig. Heart-shaped leaf from a plant with bell flowers. That's the swift snare. Milky fungal residue. A viscous white liquid can be seen oozing from its underside. It's the it's this one. Bishop's Parasol. A mushroom found in dark, damp places feeding on any light that gets close to it. It can seem to draw light in, enveloping its surroundings in darkness. The gills on the underside seep a milky fluid. That's a treatment for stomach pains. It's the bishop's parasol that we wanted, not the sunset mount cap. Woohoo! I am the kind. Oh, you got an error message about sharing your 3-stream streak. Sorry. I am the kind of person that would brew the potion with no intention of letting the cultists know I had it, just out of curiosity. Your streak errors all the time? Maybe it's because you're trying to share it on mobile. Sometimes that happens. That's weird, NeoGeth. I don't end up with that. Hey, there it is. I don't understand, but okay. Ooh, lasagna. I haven't had lasagna in a while. I always have to have it. Like it's a really carb heavy meal because the lasagna, I always have garlic bread with it. All right. You are dangerous. So I'm sticking the red tag on you. But it's nice to know that we have successfully brewed it. I still don't have. Gave you the error when the thing pulled up. Interesting. I didn't even know you could share. Like, I didn't know it was an item that showed up in the channel points menu. Mobile Twitches. Nothing but a ball of errors. Stick to your ribs. Yeah. Ball of errors would be a great band name. This is true. Okay, we're past the full moon now. Yeah. We are now waning. What is this phase called? This is a waxing crescent. Like, because this is waxing when it's getting bigger. I can't remember crescent, and then there's something, and then there's the full moon, and then there's the thing, and then there's the crescent, and then there's the new moon. I forget what it's called, though. No, I know it's waning, but it's a waning what? A waning what? Now that's a band name if I ever heard one. New moon, waxing crescent, first quarter waxing gibbous. Gibbous is the word I couldn't remember. So we are currently in a waning gibbous. Apparently, the midpoint between the waning gibbous and the waning crescent is called third quarter, which I did not know. I also did not know that the midpoint between the waxing crescent and the waxing gibbous was called first quarter. But it makes sense. Behind the woman, a dark, skeletal figure began to rise, and a low, primal snarl sounded across the clearing. The shepherd turned and ran, cold fear coursing through his veins. He did not run for long. You were just looking gibbous up because you couldn't remember if that's... Yeah, I just couldn't remember the word at all at this moment. So, all right. We have a clue card. Day 15. Friday. Decay gives way to new life. Decay gives way to new growth. From death, life. The cycle starts again. West of White Scar, by the river. Hecate is usually the goddess of the waning moon. West of White Scar by the river. Well, let's see. Where is White Scar? Oh. Well, that was fast. West of White Scar by the river. It's either going to be P27 or P28. I'm going to try 28 first. The sun-bleached skull fixes me with its black-eyed gaze. A reminder. From the chest of the skeleton, a plant grows. Yes, it's the last one we needed. It is the final missing plant, corpse's friend, devil's knife. Soft aroma that reminds me of a pine forest. Nice. Okay. So, just because I feel like these are supposed to be the 5 plants, but they definitely don't line up. Because that definitely doesn't match the first one. Widow's Woe. Wait. Oh, shoot. They're out of order. Swift Snare is second. Heart-shaped leaves, bell. Yeah, that doesn't match at all. I don't understand, because these... I had assumed that those would match these, and they don't. I don't understand. Why? They had such a good opportunity to make those match. They chose not to do it. Whatever. Ooh. Aw. I thought maybe I could put the elixir in the hidden drawer. Unfortunately, the answer was no. No, you may not. I've lived in Undermere all my life, and I've never seen the people as worried as they are now. Everyone's talking about the sisterhood and the servant. Somebody needs to do something to stop that beast. I was speaking to a woman from Arnside who told me of a cave nearby that the locals stay away from. Apparently, there is a strange plant that grows there, but the cave is believed to be haunted. Unfortunately, she was vague about where the cave was. Somewhere to the east was all she would say when I pressed her. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. I have a theory about that. It might be Bunny. Okay. Um, Cave somewhere to the east. A thin crack runs down the rock face, widening as it nears the ground, just wide enough for a man to slip through. There's a problem. A large boulder blocks the entrance. Too heavy to move. Well, a little farmer's worry. I am surprised at how easily I am able to roll away the boulder with the help of the farmer's worry. As my eyes adjust to the darkness, I discover several clusters of fungi growing there, reaching out desperately to the thin strip of light provided by the crack. Ooh, I got an entry and 2 more plants. Twilight Lepiota. Crepusculum Lepiota. In the twilight, where shadows grow, take leaf and root and eye of crow, a plant of gloom and despair and dark magic. Do not be fooled by the pretty flower. The smell it gives off is quite foul. I have a feeling I know what that one is. Farmer's worry. Oops. Cool. Wait, but Andy Root, you're in the wrong spot. The chiming of my watch warns me the time is now 8:45 p.m. locally. The local time indicates the end of stream is approaching. Prepare for the end of things in local time. Prepare for the end of things. Well, at least it's not the end of all things. Wait. Oh, I was like, why isn't it marked as done? I didn't actually collect the plants that I got. Derp. Okay. Prepare for the end of things. Dark and imposing, strange. My fingertips feel slightly numbed. Oh, wait. Paralyzing. Yeah. Oh. This is the liver stone. Okay. And the other new mushroom is you. Friendly little reminder not to eat random shrooms you see in the forest. This is true. Waxy reddish caps. I wonder what that could be. Spring wax cap. An edible mushroom with some mild medicinal properties. When dried and eaten, it can help relieve pain. The fact that they're reddish normally would mean poisonous, but not always. Juvenis agaricum. Okay, and then the book entry that we got. Twilight Lepiota. Which is this? Wait, no, bland smelling. Okay, so not foul. That's bland. A rather unpleasant scent. Do not be fooled by the pretty flower. The smell it gives off is quite foul. dark magic. Crepusculum lepiota. So it's the twilight butterfly. At least that's how I'm interpreting lepiota. I don't actually know what that word means, but you can never trust just visual looks of a mushroom. Yeah, you need to be certain that you have properly identified a mushroom before you eat it. Aw. Crepusculum just means twilight. Lepiota, translating from Latin, it says lovely. I think that Lepiota is meant to bring to mind Lepidoptera, which is butterfly. Maybe just don't eat shrooms. Well, I mean, I like mushrooms. I like most mushrooms I have tried. The one mushroom that I find not worth eating is the portobello. The one that they like to serve in place of things like hamburgers and etc. Because the portobello is just really bland. It's boring. It is the most boring mushroom. Give me a king trumpet and slice it up and serve it as though it's scallops. If you prepare it right, nobody's going to be able to tell that it's not scallops, because the king trumpet mushroom, when cooked, has about the same texture as scallops. Portobello is way overrated. Shiitake are great. I like enoki mushrooms, which are the little white ones. Yeah, no, there's a company called Forest Mushrooms. You can often find their dried mushrooms in the market. And then they just have to be rehydrated. But I used to be able to get access to the Forest Mushroom brand mushrooms fresh. I remember we went to a charity auction one time and we got an entire basket full of mushrooms, and it was so good. We had, I can't remember all of the mushrooms that we had. I remember we had the king trumpet ones and we had them with scallops, which is why I know that I don't remember what it was called. There was a yellow one that looked sort of like scrambled eggs. It was also good. Around 400 species of Lepiota are currently recognized. Interesting. Many species are poisonous, some lethally so. Little buttoncup are the most common. Yeah. The most common mushrooms here are just button mushrooms, the creminis. Yeah. Cremini is if you go to the store and they have one kind of mushroom, it will be creminis. And they're kind of boring too. Why can't I remember? There was something important. I know there was. But there is only darkness now. Didn't I say we would have somebody that needed to remember something? That's the sour bandy, if I'm remembering correctly. Memory recovery. Oh, it tells me that that's what it wanted. It's coming back. It happened in a dream. The woman in the jade mask was screaming at me to get out. Instead, I went deeper. I entered the mind of the creature. It's like slipping into a dark pool. Icy cold, with who knows what terrors lurking beneath the surface. I felt powerful. Then suddenly something happened. She tore me out, and my mind went dark. I have not been been myself. Yes, has vivid dreams. Got it. Sour Bendy. And we got an entry for Umbrella. Sanium rubra, a powerful balm against diseases of the heart. It will not be a cure once illness has set in, but it can ease pain and prolong life. Umbrella has long, rounded leaves and a flower that smells of strawberries. We have that plant. All right, let's see. Wait, that's in the wrong spot. Just stay in alphabetical order, why won't you? It vexes me. I mean, I understand the Wandering Boo, because it moves. The others aren't supposed to move. Althaven is live. They're early. We will go there shortly. No. Mellow glow. Starts to shimmer, then you know. Every time I read Mellow Glow, I know Mellow Glow isn't the actual lyric, but it doesn't stop my brain from going there. Dang it, now I've put them too tightly together. It's fine. Fox button, candy root, philodendron, gray sandfire, harlequin buoy, blue, henchuck. Top hat, Jacob's Worth. What is Jacob's Worth? I know a man with a wooden leg named Smith. Oh, what's the name of his other leg? Sorry. I'm sorry for the ADHD moment. I don't do that a lot, but I mean, in my brain I do. I just don't normally do that out loud. the random that came out of my mouth just now. One of the theaters in my hometown has Pippin. Pippin is one of my favorite shows. You haven't? It is worth it. I have seen a national, like a professional Broadway touring production. Have you seen the video of the 1970s Broadway production? It's available to, like, you can probably stream it now. I was gonna say it's available on VHS. You grew up on the production of it. My wife of 30 years has died. That is the truth of it, as painful as it is to say out loud. The doctors say there is nothing they can do, but I cannot sit by and wait to happen. Uh-oh. A man at the hospice let slip about a plant-based elixir. I don't think he meant for me to hear it, but I did, and it's all I can think about. I understand the risks, but any price is worth paying if it means she doesn't have to die. Please, I'm begging. what does the elixir of the damned do? We have it. What does it do? Powerful elixir is dangerous and extreme caution is advised. It is said to bring a person back from the brink of death, but at the expense of their soul. Those who have drunk it appear vacant and lost, but no longer really, or alive, but no longer really with us. Oh, like no, it's not going to come to my brain, and we don't have time, so I'm just going to give you the elixir. Have rage. Cumatilis amor. Thank you, Vance. Wait, what castle? Castle? Oh, castle. In Valheim. Thank you, Sayuri. Pretty blue flowers line the stems of this sought-after plant. It is said that if you give have rage to your beloved under the light of a full moon, you will both live long and blessed lives. All right. Have rage will travel. The story of a barbarian. All right, we will end there because it is time to head over to the alt of the Havens. So we will be raiding very quickly over to Althaven for the latest from the Streampunks, the last episode this month of The Last Excelsior. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. Thank you, of course, to my mods, Lord Portico, Elixir, Sterling, Hannah. Also, thank you, everybody who had the resubscriptions. I don't know why those are not. Oh, no, I know exactly why those are not showing up in the credits. Because of my boo-boo earlier, where I accidentally ended the stream without meaning to. So also thank you, Neogets and Lord Portico and Elixir for the resubscriptions. Thank you all for the hype train earlier, completed at level 94% of level 1. Detective Zen, thank you for your resubscription. Hannah, thank you for your streak. Hard to engage with the last Excelsior and your sleep suffers for it. I just assume I'm not going to sleep on Monday night. All right, let's go ahead and okay. I do have a raid call if you want to drop it in the chat when we get over there. It comes in both subscriber and non-subscriber flavors. So, use the one that is to your taste. Thank you, Shadows of Life, for the 1 bit. I love that you do that. It's cute and very much appreciated. It ends at like 4 a.m. Oh, geez, Neogets. Thank you all so very much for joining me. I hope I see you again soon. I should be on for Archival Adventures on Wednesday. Yeah. And we'll start Ultima Underworld on Saturday. So, and we'll be back here Monday for more Strange Horticulture. Yeah. Hopefully I see you again soon. Until I do, get out there and do some shenanigans.